Hey, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys sitting around a really round table talking about Bitcoin. We're going to lock ourselves in at our blockchain height, 919,113, courtesy of timechaincalendar.com. And they also have their apps now on the Play Store and the iOS. So it's good. Whirlwind. Wow.
Yeah, it was quite the weekend, hey?
It's been something to watch.
It's been quite the weekend. Some would say the largest crash in crypto history.
I think it was.
Well,
give me those numbers. We were talking before.
Yeah.
Do your comparison thing.
Do my comparisons.
Yeah.
Well, it's that whole thing about, trying to put things in perspective. And although we did have a heck of an upsy-downsy weekend, shall we just call it? The largest one in crypto history, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yet how resilient crypto remained after all of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like just a few percent.
Through
9%.
the COVID crash?
The COVID crash, I think it was like a $1.6 billion crash.
Yeah.
What was the next
F something.
crash? Yeah, that was 1.9. And this one was almost 20 billion, 19 billion.
So huge numbers.
It's huge number, and people are just shaking their head watching this thing happen live on TV, and almost, right? Because you can pretty much watch it. And, here we are, just 9%, and it's already rebounded and back again. That's how resilient it is.
So I don't want to claim to know everything about the stocks and how you do this, but basically you can bet on Bitcoin whether it goes up or down. And what I think happened is people bet that it was going up, and it didn't. And that's what caused this, is that right?
They had placed long bets, and then someone placed a big, huge short bet, and it powered out all the longs. Yeah, 160,000 accounts.
You can gamble on anything now.
Well, of course, yeah. Look at sports and everything else.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no different.
It's crazy.
But what it did do is it removed a lot of leverage from the system, which is a great thing. It's almost like a reset.
I saw that word come up lots, actually. Yeah. It's like a reset.
It's like, okay, now we can move ahead because it's not quite so ridiculous anymore.
But we didn't break 100,000, right? It stayed above.
Oh, yeah.
It went down.
Yeah.
And now, 113 approximately.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
it stayed true above 100,000. That's great.
It is. It really is. It's just been a bit of a topsy-turvy week.
Yeah. So we talk about how various countries sometimes obtain their Bitcoin. And there's a story out there about the pig butchering operation in Cambodia. And somehow the U.S. are connected to this. I say that because the stories back and forth, because I was monitoring the news this morning. They're not going to, they're going to. They put in, no, they're not. Now they are. Yeah. It could have changed by the time we've done the show. But they seized approximately $15 billion worth of Bitcoin that they are now going to bring into the fold.
Right.
But our question is, this was in Cambodia, so I'm not going to claim to know the connection. I don't know.
Yeah. It is a Cambodian-based company called the Prince Group.
The Prince Group.
And I didn't know it was all what was involved in this group, but there was some Bitcoin that was apparently misappropriated in whatever shape or form. But I don't know how the U.S. gets to claim that and seize it. Maybe there's a tie between the U.S. and Cambodia.
We'll keep watching it.
I don't know whether it's a national tie or a company tie of some sort, but I don't know how. Well, it'll all come out in the wash.
Yeah. So there's another story in the U.S. where they moved 667 Bitcoin to another wallet this morning, and they think that might be also from seized from prior law enforcement actions. So get ready to liquidate, or I don't know, but
yeah,
that's how a lot of these countries get their Bitcoin is by seizure.
Yeah. Well,
if you're gonna do the crime, you're gonna do the time, and lose your BTC and bad boy and girl.
Buy it normally. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So banks are still going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Citibank has promised in 2026 that they are going to be well into Bitcoin. So hold it, buy it, whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
JP Morgan did something, right? Was it JP
Morgan Stanley? They are now allowing all of their clients to invest in Bitcoin, not just the upper crust, so to speak.
And that's what you do.
You would think
that is what you do,
especially if you want to accumulate more cash, right?
Yeah. Well, make it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
So Max Keiser.
Yeah.
Right? A big name?
Big name.
Max Keiser?
Big name.
Yeah.
Been around the Bitcoin world for absolutely years, right? him and his wife Stacy. You've seen him on videos probably for the last 10 years, for crying out loud. You've seen this, and he is a Bitcoin maximalist to the T.
Well, we appreciate Max very much.
Well, yeah, he's over the top, and I love his outfits that he wears, and he's hilarious, right?
You don't need Bitcoin either.
Yes, you do, because it's the most secure. It's the only secure database that's ever been invented. That's the technology. You fail to understand that it's a new technology that is as profound as the printing press or the electric light bulb. You're comparing it to things that you shouldn't be comparing it to. It makes no sense. You're talking nonsense.
Yeah, this is...
Okay? It's a brand new breakthrough in technology. Your kids are going to be wondering why their dad didn't see the value. They'll be like, Dad must have been on drugs because you never saw the value.
This is a cult of Bitcoin. This is your guru.
You've seen him at the conferences in Nashville and Miami. He's there. He's the one with the crazy outfits, almost like a straight Elton John.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
So he tweeted today, or X'd. I'm not really sure of the... Anyway, he says, no gold, no silver, no problem. Stack Bitcoin. Bitcoin's rise from $1 to 100,000 shows how absolutely scarce asset can outperform everything. In a sense, Bitcoin caused the run on gold and silver by waking up the masses, and it's the legacy system and those that are not in Bitcoin. So, I mean, he's right, because you have the comparison of gold and Bitcoin after a year and whatever, and Bitcoin is tripling and quadrupling, and gold is still there.
Yes.
The numbers are not even close to one another. So it's a good point. You can't buy gold and silver, precious metal, that again, they can change the price on at any time.
Right.
Right?
And
we've seen that in history.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and add more supply and
Bitcoin.
Everything like that. I saw this really cool kind of like picture, I guess. And it said, Bitcoin, October 9th, 2012 was worth $11. October 9th in 2025, it's worth,
stairway to heaven.
$100,000. Like, that's crazy, right?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
To watch it go. And this is not something to be afraid of, the crash, whatever. Those are people betting. For you and I, this is what we would like to think is part of our retirement, right? Ultimately at the end.
Ultimately, yeah.
Right? Sure.
Yeah.
So I would rather do a Bitcoin than an RSP because I'm keeping the banks out of it. The taxes are different, but they're still there.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid of the dip. It's going to do that. We talked about the swings.
And it is.
1,000 to 10,000. We will see the $100,000 swings. This is one more step in the evolution of Bitcoin. Do not be afraid of the dip. Buy in the dip.
Exactly.
You buy in the dip.
You are going to see $10,000.
You'll make it back,
days.
I promise.
You're going to see those days, and they are coming upon us very soon. You will see multiple $10,000 days for candles.
Yep. Happy Columbus Day to you down in the States. Hopefully you had a nice long weekend. In Canada here, we celebrated our Thanksgiving. I know yours is coming up in November. So long weekend's coming up, which is great because Christmas and, any chance to get away from the grind is a nice time to get
Absolutely.
away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go see some stuff. I did want to talk about Elon Musk. This was the guy with the voice that I used to complain about because people hang on these celebrities like their word is the gospel.
Yeah.
If it's used in a good way, I think that's great. But he's talking about energy and Bitcoin and fiat. And can you want to break that down for us?
Yeah. Really, really interesting. A controversial man, but a really interesting man. I mean, some of the things that come out and the way he is able to kind of like quantify situations and put them into just a few words that makes a lot of sense. What he said was Bitcoin is based on energy. And that can't be faked.
No, you can't fake energy.
You can't fake energy.
Yeah.
Whereas fiat currency...
Oh, the fake stuff they can print anytime they want?
It's all fake.
Okay. We just had an earthquake
he
in
really
the studio,
did put it in perspective, saying, look, it's proven, it's energy, it's all of these things, but fiat is just on demand, whatever the government says, right?
They've seen it, they've done it, they've printed it.
And again, that goes back to that point earlier when we were talking about how resilient Bitcoin is over this last weekend, only coming down 9% after that huge market capitalization depreciation over a short period of time, yet still resilient and coming back. Like, that's not fake. That's real.
Right.
That's energy. That's how it works.
And that, I think, comes from what Max Keiser said was an absolutely scarce asset.
Yes.
Because we know there's a finite amount. There will never be more than 21 million. So don't miss the boat.
Don't miss out. Don't miss out.
Oh, Jay!
Music time.
Yeah,
Music
I
time.
like that. We're going to take a trip around the world and find out what's going on. The most recent is coming up October 24th and 25th in Lugano, Switzerland. We've got Plan B Forum 2025. And then shortly in November, we've got SatsConf 2025 in beautiful Sao Paulo, Brazil. I will go there someday. That's November 7th and 8th. And then Amsterdam. Who doesn't want to go to Amsterdam? It sounds like a fun place. Bitcoin Amsterdam 2025 in the Netherlands, happening November 13th and 14th. And then as we get into December, we'll talk about those a little later.
Yeah.
African BTC and Bitcoin Mania coming up. So
there is actually another one coming up like right away. That's in Montreal at the Rialto Theater, October 16th and 17th. That's like right around the corner. Right?
The Canadian version. Yeah. That's good. If you have an event coming up, we would love to hear from you. Bimblebit.com. Contact us. Let us know. We'll be sure to get it out there.
Absolutely.
Anything else? Just picking your
just
nose?
Just a huge shout out to my crew back in Calgary, the Bitcoin YYC Calgary group. They meet once a month at a local pub downtown Calgary, and we talk all things Bitcoin. And it's always good to share what we do here and what they're doing there, and coordinate back and forth and talk a little bit more about Bitcoin in a different setting. So yeah, just shout out to those guys back in Calgary.
Right on. A couple things we're doing is our Adopt a Node program that continues. Please feel free to donate to our QR code you see on the screen right now. And if you'd like to donate to the show or just check us out, check this QR code out, bimblebit.com. And I mean, we're here for you to help. Anything if marketing, videos, we got you covered. So in the meantime, I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
We're just two guys shooting the shit right here on bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates.